Next game we take a look at. A Sivir game. Okay, interesting. We have a Tristana jungle here against a Kayle jungle. We have a Soraka Sivir lane against a Samira Sona lane. Makes no sense, fundamentally speaking. Barrier, exhaust. So what is the ideal way of playing this game? In lane, Sivir will trade her HP to deal damage where Soraka sustains her. They have barrier, they have exhaust, so they should win by default. She takes way longer to scale than this champion. Soraka is online way earlier and able to do something. Influence the map globally. Is Sivir generally fine doing nothing? Yes. Sivir is fine doing generally nothing. Because Sivir is also a scaling champion. This champion here requires setup. And is an early snowball champion. That can take over late game if she has setup, that is. But, as I said, Sivir lane is fine doing nothing, and they even have a Kayle and a Jax. So this game looks like a very, very troublesome game for them. Okay. Oh, I'm getting so hungry. You have no idea. I really need to eat before 1. So the set is currently enjoying his time up there for fun for no reason with the Twisted Fate and enjoying their time. The Soraka walks in alone for no reason. We get a big chunk of damage onto the Samira, but yeah, Sivir's auto-attack range is very, very low. So there's not much happening. There'll only be spells thrown at each other, and that's it. Like, you see, the Sona can just bully the Sivir from auto range because she doesn't have range. With the slow no, though, it's a massive trade into the Sivir's favor, and it doesn't really matter because once the Soraka is level 2, all the damage that has been inflicted on the Sivir will slowly be healed up. So the only thing that's important for a Soraka lane is that you don't die level 1. And there's a dash angle. We died level 1. Why you struggle against Samira? Samira got many, many buffs in terms of base stats. Like, this champion has so much armor for an 80 carry, it's crazy. And she has very high burst damage. Now he will leash the wave away to deny the enemy gold. Like, this is a cannon wave. He will take the damage to deny the enemy gold. Like, the enemy recall. Okay, cool. These minions here, 120 gold. These minions here, 80 gold. He can deny the enemy champions gold and EXP by trading in his HP because the Soraka will heal him up anyway, to deny the enemy this gold and XP. To make up for what just happened. $60 gold lost for the enemy. Another 60 gold lost in XP lost for the enemy. 40 gold lost for the enemy. They just lost 200 gold by him just leashing the wave. It's massive. The issue is you still have very low range against the Zyra, so you have to go close. It's a big issue. Tristana is now here, nothing can happen. Wave is pushed, but in a very bad spot, so we have to be very much careful. If the Tristana hops in, yep, there she is, she will just chill there. We have vision control now. She jumps over the pit, she did so in vision, so we can just no push the wave because there's no more danger. Kayle will just be clearing the jungle, there will be no threat at all. Now we need to be very much careful that we don't get engaged by the Samira because she had a lot of damage. And the moment the Sona hits level 5 with mana, we have issues. Can you play Sivir with Navori? Yes, you can. You should. And now the Goon Platoon comes around the corner, the Twisted Fate ults in, but we get away scot-free because the Kayle was close enough to actually cover for the gank. And again, he is fine if nothing happens. Does the 30 work on Sivir W? Why shouldn't it? It's physical damage, but why would you do so instead of crit when your Q spell scales massively with crit? That's the question. Why is my cat fighting me? And now it's all about scaling. Like, Sivir is basically losing against herself right now, dealing a lot of damage to herself, while Sona's sustain is inferior to Soraka, especially, well, with no mana. But there's so much damage by the Samira. It's crazy. No, Sivir's Q doesn't crit, but it has crit scaling. If you have crit, it deals more normal, like more damage. Because it has a crit modifier. And here it's all about him just scaling. Like, which is, again, fine for him. They have multiple scaling champions on the team, and if they don't mess it up, they'll be fine. Because the only, like, real threat on the enemy team, from my perspective, is going to be the Tristana or the Twisted Fate side lane, but they have the Jax. Okay, if you buy crit on Sivir, your first ability has a scaling that increases the base damage of that spell with your crit rate. If you have 25% crit, it deals more damage. If you have 50% crit, it does more damage. If you have 75% crit, it does more damage. Up to 100%. I mean, she'll make the games much harder. And then Soraka makes a big mistake by walking too close to the enemy engage, and then the Sona just engages onto them. And this will be probably another easy kill. Yeah. Oh, he crit! It's a wrap. And then the Soraka comes around the corner. Oh, he got saved by the crit. It's a juicer. I miss old Soraka. It was so much better. Oh, attack speed gap. Can't kill. So right now, the game is most likely over. I have no idea if what skins will be available. The game right now is probably over because a Kayle team got Herald. Kayle team got Herald, they just double killed bot lane. Yeah. That is not supposed to happen. But it did, so here we are. -1, the classic. It releases today, in 1 hour. It comes out in 1 hour. Let me check if it's in 1 hour. Let me check the studio while we're watching. Content. Yeah. It comes out in exactly 1 hour. It's branded to contest an objective at all times. You need to understand if you even can or not. Samira is on the silence field. Oh no. The Soraka, like, playing Samira into Soraka is one of the most annoying things, because if Soraka plays the silence really well, Samira's like, well, I guess I will not use ult today, so my champion is kinda dead. Like, he would even go for the warrior right now. Oh, luckily I'm fast enough with the mute button because I'm still coughing once in a while. It's really annoying. I'm sorry. But now, like, it's just about, again, scaling again, waiting for the next objective. He will wait for his team to create pressure, go for item spikes. He has the superior scaling on his team right now, with all the champions involved. And he has multiple carries, right? The enemy team doesn't have enough carries to deal with his team. And as a Sona, she uses ultimate, flashes away, gets caught. Will this be a death, or will he survive? Because Soraka, yeah, it's Soraka. She just hit. What is he doing? What is the Tristana doing? She's crazy. And now the enemy, like, look. The enemy makes a massive rotation down here to kill a Kayle. That's cool, bro. They just enabled this entire team to take everything of this. And then, after taking this here, they can transition into the jungle and take this as well. Because they make a play on the other side. And maybe they can even push for the inhibitor, because look at how many people are on the map. This is a poor macro decision, and they just punish this instantly. Congratulations, you kill the person. And now they'll pillage the jungle. Look, he's looking for the jungle camps. Even though he should have known that bot side is down, so he walks top side to clear that wave. But apparently, the enemy bot lane doesn't know that they're coming, so all of them are dead as well. You see? They're just being aware of what is possible, of what is happening on the map, and they're punishing them. They got the Kayle kill. They got one Kayle kill, lost 2 towers mid lane, including the inhibitor tower. And then they got themselves killed, pushing for a tier 1 tower. This is high elo. This is the highest elo matchmaking you can possibly get on the European server in WildRift. And this is one of the biggest issues which you need to learn to abuse. People's poor awareness. Like in this video, he was challenger, but he's sovereign normally. So yeah. Kayle is also challenger. Like at the beginning of the video, if you go back, you see his teammates elo. Kayle is also challenger. The other people are either GM or master. So on the enemy team, there should be 2 challengers and roughly the same amount of other elo people. Roughly. Leona is in a good spot. I'm not roasting high elo, I'm giving very valuable insight as to what is happening on the screen and how to abuse the people that are making mistakes. How to get the most out of what is happening on your screen, and how to do it the most consistently. Hello, I don't think you missed a rant, just some informational stuff. In League PC, people in Platinum are better than Sovereign players in WildRift. So yeah. Now, look at how he pans his camera, going back so far to make sure to not get caught in the middle of everything, and then kiting back upwards to just deal the most damage possible, playing it as humanly best as he can, but there's just only so much he can do. His team just got ran over. Why are AD carries complete donkeys? Normally? Because bot lane gets buffed and buffed and buffed. Every single time. Like, bot lane has received buffs every single time. Support has been overbuffed. AD carry has been overbuffed by item choices. And another thing is, people in bot lane can't contain their int. They can't contain their int, they just keep on running it down on cooldown. So you'll always see one massive gap into either direction in bot lane. It's always crazy. It's always crazy. It never stops. Oh yeah, I played PC League a few days ago. I haven't played in ages. I could barely move my mouse, and I played on an account that was 6 years decayed. And I immediately played in Diamond Elo, and the people there, I wouldn't say they're good, yeah? But you at least see that there's somewhat of a thinking process at some points. Somewhat. And my decisions mattered. My choices mattered. What other games do I play? I play World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. It's really chill. I really like it. But I'm waiting for the League MMO to release, the Riot MMO. And like the only issue his champion has this game is reaching. So he needs to use this set in front of him as a proxy to reach the backline. But he just takes so long to go through this guy, and he simply doesn't have enough damage yet. He needs more items. I don't think Cannon is a very good champion, but due to the nature of the game and how players play, you can get very successful with Cannon. Like you see, he needs still more damage to kill this set because he has too much armor. But the Kayle, look at the Kayle, she just doesn't care, she just taps it. Why does Soraka flash? More check? New cinematic is insane. Can you explain the concept of an MMO? Think of League. You play the game, you farm things, you gain items, but by killing things rather than just by buying them. And then you get stronger and stronger and stronger to take on stronger foes until the very end of the game. Chronic streams every once in a while when he feels like it. And yeah, like, only thing he does, he's collecting gold, he's using his spell shield very beautifully to deny the Twisted Fate's ability to do anything. And it's just very important that he doesn't give the enemy an opportunity to get Nashor. Like, the main goal of his team right now is to have the Jack split, and then do something on the other side of the map. Because if the set isn't with their team, then the enemy team doesn't have a proper form of engage outside of the Twisted Fate, but the Kayle and the Sivir will just run them down. Still here is a very good song, I like it. Now the set is isolated without his team being here. The set is now the Griefer, allowing damage to be dealt. And now, look, they have multiple carries. They killed the set, but it doesn't matter if you kill the set, because there's many more carries. Look, the Sivir is completely going... She's molesting the entire enemy backline. And the Kayle died with ultimate up. And we see the bounces going everywhere. And it would have been so much easier if the set wasn't in that position he was in and actively was with the team trying to force an engage with them being close. Because then the entire fight can be over in a flash because of the burst damage. Like, Sivir is best picked into teams that want to play front to back. Because you see, like, he doesn't deal a lot of damage to that guy. And he has to use them as a proxy target to reach the backline. And he's doing his best to carry this game. Like, he is playing so well. Like, he's understanding the power of the enemy CC, using his spell shield properly, using the enemy's cooldown, using his first ability to kill the enemy upon getting on Ozonius instantly, pushing the wave before he goes to Nashor to make sure the maximum pressure is applied by seeing what is happening. Because now they have a ward in mid lane with the minions. Now, rather than wasting his time with Nashor, he goes to the side lane to insta-push the side lane, and then go for a base. He is very rich. Tristana is like, if you play AD carry and you want to pick a champion that you believe will always have value, it's Tristana. Pick Tristana. Front to back mean, like he has a front line that goes in, and then the people either kite back or kite forward, and the KL just killed all of them. Funny. Any team composition that has a frontliner and a backline that goes in for them is decently well for Sivir, in a sense that it allows her Ricochet Blades and her first ability to hit the people behind the front line. If the enemy team has super high range champions, it is too difficult for her to reach. And yeah. Tristana is weak until level 5, then she one-taps you. That is the blessing of the Tristana. Okay. And with this, we will end this for today. I thank you all for watching. Nearly 200 people. The new video goes live in 1 hour, so make sure to watch the video. It goes out at 1:30, like in exactly 48 minutes. 10 OP builds. I hope you're ready. And we'll see each other for more reviews soon. I also have a thing with Hell's Devil going, where I'll take a look at his gameplay and react to it. I'll react more to Royal, and we'll just take a look at more people on the leaderboard. Just make sure you get the best information possible to learn the most without suffering from matchmaking. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this, leave a comment, boost this video, boost the next incoming video as much as possible, and we'll see each other next time.